bad form of late, of course, without a win in the last 3 games. But will they kick off 2024 with a W? We're going to take a little look next. Today we're talking about number 26, that's right, over in League One, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. Hey, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, bang out today, all things League One related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We've got it all here, boys, in deepest, darkest Georgia. It's a bit chilly out today, a bit windy, but of course much better weather than that over in England. I'm joined here by my Luna. She's out here playing stick, but of course we're looking forward to the next round of games. I'm going to give you my latest round of picks in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, you know who you are. But anyway, let's recap the results from last time around. So here we go then, kicking off forward with Wigan, 2-0 winners over Carlisle. Big result for Wigan towards the end of the table. Port Vale, 3-0 win over Blackpool. Of course, Blackpool hitting a bit of a really bad bit of form at the moment. We'll see if they can bounce back this time around. Exeter with a 0-0 draw against Pompey, who, like I said at the intro, haven't won in the last 3 games. Bristol Rovers 2-1 win over Charlton, who also on a bit of a slump. Of course, could also be looking to change their manager. Oxford United 2, Derby County 3. What a zing-zong game that was. Of course, Derby now making strides for those top 2 spots. With Burton Albion big 1-0 winners over Shrewsbury. We have got Peterborough 2, Barnsley 2. That was a zing-zong game last time around. And we've also got Fleetwood 0, Bolton 2. Lee Johnson has been fired. Second coach gone. Scott Brown earlier. What are you doing, Luna? And now, of course, Lee Johnson gone. Who's going to take over the reins? We'll see soon. Bolton, of course, continuing to be real contenders. Kicking off forward, Cheltenham 2, Reading 2. Towards the foot end of the table there. Stevenage Cambridge was postponed. We'll have to do that all over again. Leyton Orient 0, Wickham 0, Lincoln City 1, and Northampton 2. Those were the games. What about the tables then? Let's take a little look at it. Well, it's Portsmouth running away with it right now with 50 points, and then Bolton 48 points. Then in the playoffs with Peterborough, Derby, Stevenage, and then Oxford going down. We've got Reading, Cheltenham, Fleetwood, and then Carlisle. That's right, they're going down, but will, of course, they still be there this coming match day? We're going to take a look at it, all of it, right here, right now. So let's get into it. Of course, looking around the next round of games, it is match number 26. It is, of course, raw. We're coming at you naked here, guys. No data, no form, no internet, just gut feeling predictions, of course. And that's my Luna doing dances. She's dancing, romancing in the yard there, as she does. Of course, bless her little socks. But anyway, put Blackpool against Lincoln. Let's get into it. Of course, Blackpool coming at you. Where are they? In 8th in the table right now. Just 1 win in the last 4 games. Pretty grim form for them. Up against the Lincoln side, who are into 11th spot. For 3 defeats on the spin without a win in the last 5. Goodness gracious me, looking shocking form for both of these 2 sides at the moment. But who's going to come out on top? Going to back the Tangerines here. 2-1 win for them to take the 3 points. And away they go. Kicking it forward, Bolton against Burton. It's the battle of the bees. That's right, of course, over in Bolton. Of course, Bolton are flying high. 3 wins on the bounce. Continuing to make a push for automatics. Up against the Burton side, of course, got back to winning ways. Unbeaten now in the last 3 games, winning the last 2 on the spin. Then you're going to win this one. 3-0 win for the host side as well. Cambridge United against Leyton Orient. Of course, Cambridge, of course, gearing up for their match against Rovers in the FA Cup. But of course, first and foremost, they're taking a look at Leyton Orient. It's over in Cambridge. And I think Neil Harris has got them working a treat right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 4, though. They'll bounce back here with a 2-1 win over the Orient at home. Carlisle against Port Vale. Of course, Carlisle needing results. Just winning 3 games all season. Rock bottom of the table right now. Up against Port Vale side, who are up to 14th. Just 1 defeat in the last 5. I think this is going to be tight. Going to go with a 1-1 draw here. Not a win for Carlisle, but a point in the bag for Port Vale. Kicking up forward, Charlton up against Oxford United over at the Valley. That's right, in Charlton. Of course, now these 2 sides, Charlton, where are they? They're into 12th right now without a win in the last 5. Up against an Oxford United side who are down all the way down to 6th right now. Of course, a change of manager has not worked. Well, actually, they haven't changed their manager, have they? They've kept the manager. They kept Massinho. It's just gone a little bit Pete Tart. Not Massinho. Who's in charge at Oxford right now? Can't remember. But anyway, they've done dog shit of late. Manning was in there, wasn't he? Was Manning in there? Ah, fuck knows. I don't even know anymore. I've got no computer, got no data. But anyway, they've free-fallen all the way down to 6th. Just 2 wins at the last 5, Luna. Would you Adam and leave it? But tight one here. Charlton needing a result. So Oxford going to go with the away win here. 1-2 to Oxford here. Of course, kicking off forward Derby is Peterborough's probably the game of the day. It's coming at you over at Pride Park. Of course, that's right. Let's move over just a hair. Of course, over at Pride Park, Derby red hot to trot right now. 3 wins on the bounce, 4 wins in the last 5. Up against the Peterborough side, of course, who are third. Back-to-back draws for them, though. This one also smells like a draw over at Pride Park. We're going to go with the 1-1 draw here, point in the bag. And I think Posh will be happier keeping that derby, keeping the Rams at bay. Meanwhile, it's Barnsley, is Wiggins over at Oakwell. Barnsley coming at you all the way down into 7th right now, currently outside the playoffs, up against the Wigan side, currently down into 18th. Of course, just 1 win in 5 for Wigan right now. But keep an eye on Barnsley. They're not out of it just yet, but 3 wins the last 5, couple of draws knocking around. This one seems like a home win. Let's go with a 3-1 win for Barnsley. Reading up against Exeter City. Of course, Reading right now still in the relegation zone, however, drawing 4 of the last 5, unbeaten in the last 5, up against the Exeter City side, who are also free-falling down the table, but recent form has just 1 defeat in the last 4 for them. This does seem like a Reading victory here. We're going to go a 2-1 win for the Readings at the Matchday. Kicking it off forward, it's Northampton Town against Cheltenham, of course. Got Northampton Town still in mid-table, just 1 defeat in the past 5, looking A-OK, up against the Cheltenham Town, who have gone on a nice, good run right now. Remember back in the day when they hadn't won a game, hadn't scored a goal. It's just 1 defeat in the last 5 for them right now, up against the Northampton Town side, who of course also 1 defeat in the last 5. I'm going to go with the draw here, point at the bag, trying to be happier. They keep on moving, keep getting the points in the bag, and hopefully get themselves out the drop zone. Here it is, another game of the day. It's Portsmouth, it's Stevenage, it's at Fratton Park. Of course, Portsmouth are first right now. Stevenage down to 5th at the moment. Of course, Portsmouth though without a win in the last 3. Stevenage coming at you, just 1 defeat in the last 5. Tough one to call, especially at Fratton Park. It's going to go with a 2-1 win for the hosts and expected champions. That's of course Portsmouth. Kicking on forward. Do not take a shit right now, Luna. Do not do it to me. Do not do it to me. I know you're sniffing around, but anyway, into the final 2 is Shrewsbury. It is Fleetwood, of course, managerless Fleetwood right now, coming at you this weekend. Shrewsbury, 17th of the table, 4 defeats on the spin. They could also be looking to off their manager pretty soon. Meanwhile, Fleetwood, on the other hand, without a win in the last 5 games, 3 defeats, of course, in the last 5, a couple of draws. She is taking a dump. That's right. That's what she thinks about this game. She's thinking this one's a bit of a dumpster. Going to go with a 0-0 draw, board draw. No one's going to be happy with that one. Luna's actually taking a shit for that one. That's how good she thinks this one's going to be. Meanwhile, Wycombe Wanderers against Bristol Rovers over at Adams Park. Of course, Wycombe Wanderers not having the greatest season, probably needing to make a change in the managerial department as well. Up against Bristol Rovers side, who did make that change. Of course, currently in 9th spot right now. 3 wins the last 4. Going to be another win here. Going to go with a 1-2 victory for Bristol Rovers on the road. That's my picks here, guys. Next time you see me, hopefully we won't be outside. Hopefully we'll, of course, have a computer and stats and all that kind of stuff. But, of course, that is just about that. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Of course, I'll see you soon for the next one.